Hello, hello, hello. Antphrodite here, your pop culture psychic, back to you again with another celebrity reading. This time it's on Amanda Bynes again. So, I just did a reading on the Quiet on Set documentary, and it's come to my attention that my reading on Amanda Bynes over 2 years ago has had a lot of information in it that was revealed in the documentary. I talked about how somebody felt there was like a dominating male energy around her that felt like she was his favorite and that she was special. Two of Swords, that's a threat. Devil, manipulation, negativity, toxicity, abuse. Someone here threatened her. Allegedly, for entertainment only. There's a person here that threatened her. No, she's not the only one he's threatened. The tower's reversed, so he's not the only one she's threatened. It's weird because I'm seeing Empress reverse, which is like nurturing figure. What the fuck does that mean? And then the Page of Cups, I'm attached and invested emotionally to you. What does that mean? Chariot is like, I'm stopping all your projects. It's like power play. And then the Five of Pentacles, pettiness, the Two of Swords. You have to do this. Why do I feel like Amanda was his favorite? I just hear, you're my favorite, you're my star. I don't know what that means. Queen of... There was a part in my reading where I started hearing the All That theme song, and I couldn't figure out why All That was popping in my head. And it was around the time where I started talking about how there was somebody who was supposed to have a spinoff that then she got because she was the favorite. Her and someone else, the Queen of Swords reversed. Her and someone else were the favorites. Has to be someone that was also like an actress. And both of them had to have success, maybe spin-offs or something. You know what it's making me think of? Remember All That? It's giving very that. Like, you know how didn't she have the Amanda show from All That? I don't know why it's popping in my head. I keep thinking of All That, and I don't know why. There's relevance there. I don't know what that means. Now the theme song's stuck in my head. I haven't thought about that show in freaking years. What the hell? And we now see that was probably Katrina. They talked about that in the documentary. And then there's this weird part at the end where I see a lot of money around her, and I'm like, did someone pay her off or something like that, allegedly, or what? And I also saw that around a Ace of Wands, which is like a pregnancy or, you know, whatever card. She knows something about something. So Ten of Pentacles is a payoff. Girl, I better not. Nobody better. This is all legend for entertainers only. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Just, you know, opinion, no facts here. I see a payoff. What the fuck is this? It's not worth fighting about it. Someone in the same industry or career. Ten of Pentacles is money. So it's like a payoff or something. And the Ace of Wands is like either, I mean, I guess it could literally be a pregnancy or abortion, but it could also literally just be like, let me start a new life and like forget this ever happened. So I can't really relate that. But there's a secret about that she knows. Seeing a lot of rumors that are spreading around now about Amanda Bynes and potentially a Twitter account that could have been hers. If you've seen them, you know. That reading over 2.5 years ago is kind of eerie. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this now. Remember, these readings are all legend for entertainers only here. No facts, all opinions. I have no idea what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and get started. And just like the last reading I did, I don't know if this will be able to be monetized or if this will even stay up forever. So if you do like the content, please join the YouTube members. There's a $5, $10, $15 tier. You get access to exclusive pick-up cards, story times, and you can win a reading from me. Also, I have a second YouTube channel, Antphrodite, TEA. with non-tarot content. Okay. So I'm basically going to look at Amanda and her energy right now. Oh boy. How does she feel about the documentary? Lovers cards reversed. You will understand that card if you watch my last Quiet on Set documentary reading. Lovers card is reversed now. Shocker. Okay. So she's definitely the Ace of Pentacles reverse, which is about feeling, well, first of all, there's an issue with where her money is. Where does your money go? Something's off about her money. But the Ace of Pentacles to me tells me that she feels like everybody around her is kind of motivated for the wrong reasons. And she probably feels like a lot of the people in the documentary are motivated for the wrong reasons as well. Even though you can tell the truth, your motivation might not be pure. So she's definitely jaded. The Ace of Pentacles is also a good sign of people being... Ace of Pentacles reverse is usually a sign of like a loss of money. So, you know, if there was an NDA, it wouldn't shock me. If people weren't allowed to speak up, including her, it wouldn't shock me. I don't know, obviously, but Ace of Pentacles reverse, it would be costly. And, you know, there's just some weird power plays going on with money. And in her current position, I definitely think she feels like money is the root of all evil. Now, the Chariot is upright for her feelings of the documentary, and that's about wanting to move on. So I definitely think that she spent a long period of her life just trying to move on from that, trying not to think about it or talk about it. And she's been slowly and surely trying to just move the fuck on. So it's a little hard for her. The Lover's card reverse tells me that definitely feels like she feels shattered. Like I can see like a mirror shattering. So it's like feeling like shattered and torn. Like that was the old me. Oh. Well, I'm not going to say that. Eight of Swords is a victim of circumstance. Six of Pentacles. First of all, I can tell you there's definitely something she signed. In my opinion, allegedly, there's something she signed. Six of Pentacles is a contract, and there's money around that contract. But the Knight of Cups is reversed, which is being naive a little bit here and immature. So I definitely don't think she can speak. I'm just going to be honest. I don't think she can. But there's something else going on with her. I'm seeing a shattered mirror and a compartmentalization, which makes me feel like, you know, when people experience a lot of trauma and they sometimes black out certain things, or the brain splits, or things like that. Like, I am just a little worried about how checked out she feels emotionally, like, and mentally. Like, to me, it's very numb. I haven't really felt like this before. I'm in her energy and I feel like I'm more than one person. You know how like sometimes actors are method actors and you can kind of lose yourself in the acting identity? That's what it feels like to me. It feels like the blur between reality and fiction, the line is blurred between reality and fiction. And there's a hard, it's almost like I don't want to face reality. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, the Devil card is toxicity, manipulation, control, abuse. The Knight of Swords, impure intentions, that's abuse. And then the Four of Cups is reversed, which is detaching from that. So to me, it makes me feel like someone who's gone through a traumatic event and has just like checked out. Like, you know how like the brain like blocks out certain memories and blocks out certain things? I think that's how she has tried to cope with a lot of the things that she experienced growing up. It seems like she's just blocked things out, or tried to numb them. Yep, there's a childhood. Six of Cups, the past in her childhood. I see her feeling very alone because of her work. Yeah, her job. I also see her feeling like perhaps... Wait a minute. Who convinced her that she sucked at acting? Hold on. Oh my God, it's almost like she was brainwashed. Hold on. Ten of Swords, Ten of Pentacles reverse, Ace of Swords reverse. Regrets? If you were to ask her about her accolades, she would be like, oh, I wasn't that good. Yeah, I wasn't that good. I'm not that great of an actress. Like, oh yeah, I was just whatever. I was okay. But it's not a humble brag. It's like she doesn't think she was that good. Someone convinced this girl that she wasn't talented. And it like breaks my heart. It's like they convinced her that she wasn't the reason for her success. It was everyone else. It's almost like they broke her and shattered her self-esteem. Yeah, look at this. There, look at this. King of Swords, Queen of Pentacles upright. Those are all other people. So it's almost like taking, the Queen of Pentacles is like strong, right? And she's good at her job, but it's almost like these people in my ear just telling me what I am and what I shouldn't do, or what I should be, or what I shouldn't be. There's like so many other people. I think Amanda, there's the Nine of Pentacles. So she's the money making machine, but the 10 of Wands reverse and the 7 of Wands, she couldn't really do a lot on her own. And okay, I think the reason why Amanda was such a great actress is because she didn't really know who she was. So when she acted, she became these characters, and it gave her a sense of identity. I think she always kind of was lost in her own identity and used like comedy, humor, and acting as like a coping mechanism. And so I think when the acting and stuff stopped, I think she looked for other people to kind of tell her what to do. And when you think about it, she was a child actress. That's what was happening. Go here, do this, sell this thing. It's like Britney Spears. It's like, do this thing. You're acting this character. This is your script today. We're going to be doing this. And so when she became an adult and she kind of like things were going crazy and like she was definitely struggling with her mental health and stuff, it just seemed like she looked for others to tell her what to do. And it's interesting because I see her as a very rebellious figure. So I feel like something in her snapped at some point, because this wasn't how she always was, which is quite interesting to me. I feel her energy, vibrant, rebellious, then all of a sudden it's almost like she becomes sluggish and slow. Her energy's upbeat, like really high, and it's sluggish and slow. Almost like if I were to take an antidepressant, you know how like sometimes like people on antidepressants, like their emotions aren't super big anymore? That's what it feels like. It's almost like she mellowed out. It's almost like I'm on lithium and I'm just like kind of like zombie. Which is interesting to me because this isn't her natural state. So it's like, how did that happen? Here's the good news, okay? The 7 of Cups upright, the 6 of Swords, and the 3 of Cups is reverse. I think the more she posts on the internet, the more she puts out there, I think the better her chances are here to kind of remember who she is. The 3 of Cups, when it's reversed, tells me there was a lot of people around her that were instilling things in her. And as a 7 of Cups and 6 of Swords, the great thing about those two is that there's potential to see other perspectives. I honestly think that Amanda has been isolated from so many people that she just doesn't really remember. I think a lot of her old memories are going to be re-triggered. Some of it is going to be trauma-based. I think if she actually does watch this documentary, it's going to re-trigger things. I see her potentially reconnecting with some people from the past. And I think that might sort of change her mind. It reminds me of like in a movie where like there was a traumatic event as children, and the one like sole survivor kind of just pretends it never happened, and then they go back as adults, and they're trying to find the survivor, and they find the survivor, and it's like an old woman, and she refuses to give them the answers, and then towards the end of the movie, she finally gives them the answers and has a lot of regrets about not saying things earlier, but she just tried to move on with her life. That's the kind of tale that I'm seeing in my head. It's like a movie where it's like her way of coping was to avoid and dismiss and just isolate. I'm really only getting like her state of being, not necessarily everything that's happened, but to be fair, there was a lot of that in the past couple of readings I've done, so that makes sense. Four of Swords reversed, Hangman reversed, and Three of Swords is really, that's her being numb. She doesn't really feel things as intensely as everyone else, especially not heartbreak and stuff, but I feel like for her, the one thing I will say is that when people say things like, oh my God, like you used to be amazing, what happened? Amanda is a people pleaser. So when you tell a people pleaser that, she feels worse because she feels like she let you down. I think a lot of the reason why we don't hear from her on social media as much, or there was a period of time we weren't, is because she felt embarrassed that she let all of us down. She still feels the weight of the responsibility of us. Like she wants to please us. She's a people pleaser. So she wanted to do the things that we wanted from her. She wanted to be that girl. But she knew she couldn't. And so she just kind of felt sorry for herself. In terms of her appearance, I think she kind of sees it as like a character, almost like when you think about it, because the Six of Wands versus Two of Wands, the Ace of Wands, return to the old problems, right? I think when she was younger, she was so controlled that she couldn't really do the things that she wanted to do with her appearance, and she's very used to playing different characters. Think of the Amanda Show, right? She was in 50 different wigs and stuff like that. So as an adult, she's kind of just doing the same thing. That's why I think for her, she doesn't really understand why everyone is so shocked about her appearance. She's kind of just like, well, I mean, I'm just like trying on a new persona. That's what I used to do, right? You guys loved it when I used to do it. So why is it different now? I think the difference between her real life and her professional life, the line is blurred. So for her, she's like, I'm just doing what I used to do. You guys used to love this. Like, I don't think the lines are just so blurred with her. Judgment's upright, Seven of Pentacles reversed, and Five of Swords. I think people are, I'm going to be honest with you. I do see some form of renaissance for her. I do see a comeback for her. But something is going to trigger this. Something is going to trigger memories to come back. Something is going to trigger the spark to come back. I don't know what it is. I see her angry. I haven't felt anger in her at all. And all of a sudden I'm feeling anger, which means I feel anger coming for her. And when she's angry is when shit gets done. And I see the fire being relit inside of her. I see anger. Something is going to trigger something. I think someone is going to lie. And it's an obscure lie. Someone is going to lie in an interview or something like that. And it's going to set her off when she finally sees it. Because she hasn't seen everything. When she finally sees the lie, it's going to unclog the dam, and all the water is going to rush out, and a lot of emotions are going to rush out, and a lot of things are going to be said, because there's a part of her that's like, I was going to stay quiet under one condition, and you broke that condition. So I definitely see a vengeance for her. I see an anger building. It's not there yet, but it's going to rush in. The thing is, there it is. There's the anger that's bubbling on the surface. Queen of Wands verse. The thing is, with the Two of Swords and the Magician upright, she's going to say the things she's not allowed to say. And I also think that it's not going to be pretty when she does speak. And so, protect Amanda at all costs. But I do think that we need to be careful. We freed Brittany, and now when Brittany says or does something, you guys love to call her crazy. You better not do the same thing to Amanda Bynes. I'll leave on this note. She definitely has some hangups about being a celebrity and being in the industry. Stars reversed, being on stage reversed, not a good thing. Sun, unhappiness, Page of Cups. I definitely think she feels some type of way about being in the spotlight, especially for children and things like that. Like, there's a part of her that really has a hang up about it. And I also think there's a celebrity that she might name that hasn't been talked about that people might think she's crazy for, but I wouldn't think that she's crazy. But she's going to name a celebrity that you might not expect. And maybe she already has. I haven't seen all her old tweets, but there's definitely a celebrity here that we haven't talked about as well that I see her naming. Or I shouldn't say celebrity necessarily. It's someone in the industry, regardless. So I'm going to leave it on that note. We love you, Amanda, and we hope you get better, and we support you. So subscribe.